Okay, now I'm going to give you a demonstration on wrapping hackle. And to help with that demonstration, I'm going to tie a fly, and this is going to be a brown bivisible. And the hook I have in a vise is a standard dry fly hook. It is a size 14, and this one is by Mustad. It is a 94840, and I'm going to use brown thread. This is kind of an olive brown. This is 6/70 denier, and we're going to start the thread at the front, holding the tag end 45 degree, and holding the tag end at the 45 degree keeps your thread wraps one right next to the other. This tag end pushes the thread right into place, and we're going to bring that down to the bend of the hook, and we're going to remove the excess. And for the tail, the pattern calls for brown hackle fibers, but I'm going to use some artificial. It's not microfib. This is fish hair, and this is brown. I just want to make the distinction between the hackle that's going to be wound and the tail. And we're going to tie the tail just the length of the hook shank. And we can wrap that tail all the way to the front, and this will give a nice even body. And up there I'm going to trim the excess. And tidy that up, and then bring the thread back to the back position. I don't have the tag on there, and you can see that I would really have to concentrate to get one wrap right in front of the other, or I'm going to have open wraps. And here I'm going to put one right under the tail, and that will help hold the tail up. And that's just a little bit too much, so I'm going to take some off. That's better. And this is a brown bivisible, and the bivisible is just hackle. Makes for a very high floating fly. And here I'm going to use a brown furnace hackle, and you can see right in the center is black of the furnace hackle, and this is good. That black part is actually the web section. So I'm going to take the hackle, and I'm going to pull the end, and I'm going to bring it off at a 90 degree. And this is what we're going to have. And we're going to trim that and give it the crew cut. We're going to trim that very close to the hackle stem without cutting the hackle stem. Placing the feather with a contrasting color in back will let you see it much better. And this is what we get. We have the crew cutted hackle stem, and I'm going to tie it on, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the trim section off the back. And we still got that trim section, and this will keep the first wrap, leaving that little piece of blank. If you prefer to strip it, you want to leave a little bit of the strip part off the back. And this will prevent the hackles from laying down flat on your first wrap. And we're going to bring the thread up to 2/3 of the body. And when we start to wrap, see that first wrap, we don't have any sticking off the back. We just start wrapping, and we'll wrap one right in front of the other for our brown bivisible. And I used a furnace to help demonstrate where the web would be. And we're just going to wrap this one right in front of the next. And if you don't have saddle hackles like I have, you may need to tie more than one hackle on there. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to cross over the thread over the hackle stem. Place about 3 over it, and then place about 3 right in front of it to pinch it in place. And trim the excess nice and tight to the hook shank. And the brown bivisible calls for a white or lighter color in front. And I have one sticking out forward, and that's a good example of what would happen on the back if you didn't have the trimmed part. I'm just going to trim that. And now instead of a white hackle, I'm going to use a light grizzly for the front section. And once again, I did the same thing. I have the crew cut on there. And I'm going to tie that in. And I'm going to leave a little bit of the cut section hanging off the back, as you can see there. So I'm going to pull that forward just a little bit. There we go. And I still have a little bit of the cut section, and tie it in right up tight to the previous hackle. And I'm going to remove that excess. Just give it a couple more turns to tie that down. And now this hackle is not as long as it was, so I'm going to need to use hackle pliers on this one. And the same thing, I'm not getting any fibers pushed towards the back. And the first wrap, the fibers are going straight up, right on that 90°, and wrap one wrap right in front of the next. And that'll be good. Now I'm going to cross over, remove my hackle plier at the same time, and I'm going to put 2, 3, pull the hackles towards the back, and wrap some right in front of it, pinching the hackle in place. Take my poke and snip and remove the excess nice and tight. And now I can form the head. and give it a whip finish. And pull that tight. Remove the thread. And put a little bit of head cement on there. Take my spare, take another hackle fiber and run it through the eye, because I can see that I got some on in the eye. I hope that you have learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my video.